of time has passed. After k, the event E has occurred. Now suppose this is x units of time and this is where the event E has occurred. This is where event E has occurred, and from start to here the time elapsed is x. But we know additional information that the event has occurred after k. So this is x, this is k, and this is nothing but x minus k, the extra time, the additional time. So here we know that we know that x is greater than equal to k, and we have defined x minus k as y. Now what we are saying the probability distribution of y is same as the probability distribution of x given x is greater than equal to k. In this entire step, what we have forgotten, the geometric distribution forgets this amount of time. So probability distribution of additional time is same as probability distribution of the initial time. So it has forgotten the k amount of time, right? And hence this is called as the lack of memory property or memorylessness of geometric distribution. So probability y equal to t given x is greater than equal to k is equal to probability x equal to t. So if we see in terms of numbers, probability y equal to 3 given x greater than equal to 1 will be equal to probability x equal to 3. So the additional time is 3 and the occurrence time is 3. They both are having the same probability of occurrence. So q raised to 3 into p. Right? So additional time is 3 and initial time is 3. But if additional time is 3, there has to be some k amount of time, right? This k amount of time the geometric distribution has forgotten. It has been erased from its memory. Hence it is called as the lack of memory property of geometric distribution, which implies that the additional time to wait has the same distribution as the initial time to wait. Since the distribution does not depend upon k, it in a sense lacks memory of how much we shifted from the time origin. From the start point, how much we have shifted, this k amount has been discarded, or it has not considered it into its memory, and this is called as the lack of memory property. Let us try to prove it. So now we know that x follows geometric distribution. So probability x is greater than equal to r will be equal to, this is q raised to s into p, and because x is greater than equal to r, s will be going from r to infinity. So this is q raised to s into p. Suppose this is the PMF and of the geometric distribution, q raised to s into p, and x is greater than equal to r. So s is going from r to infinity, r plus 1 up to infinity. Now if we put s is equal to r, first value, we'll be getting q raised to r into p, plus s equal to r plus 1, then we'll be getting q raised to r plus 1 into p, plus the next value of s will be r plus 2. So q raised to r plus 2 into p, and so on. So this is the probability that x is greater than equal to r. So s can be r, r plus 1, r plus 2, any value greater than or equal to r will be substituting here. Now let us take out p common. If we take out p common, we'll be left with q raised to r plus q raised to r plus 1 here, plus q raised to r plus 2 here, and so on. Now this is nothing but the expansion, the series expansion of q raised to r upon 1 minus q, and p is common here. You need to just go and see what do you mean by series expansion. So again, if we take out q raised to r common, this will become 1 plus q square, and so on. So 1 plus q square plus q cube, and so on. This will become 1 minus q raised to minus 1. So 1 minus q, the denominator, q raised to r into p in the numerator. So this is nothing but a series expansion. Now 1 minus q is nothing but p. So we'll be replacing 1 minus q by p. p gets cancelled, and this is we are left with nothing but q raised to r. So probability x greater than equal to r is q raised to r. Now let us see probability y greater than equal to t given x greater than equal to k. So this is again we are randomly taking, we are just taking probability x greater than equal to y greater than equal to t given x greater than equal to k. Now this is given by, so this is nothing but probability A given B is probability A intersection B divided by probability B. It's a simple formula for conditional probability. Probability A given B is nothing but probability A intersection B upon probability B. So here A is y greater than equal to t, so probability A intersection B is x greater than equal to k. This is B given probability B, which is probability x greater than equal to k. This is simple formula. Now we are just replacing y by x minus k because we have defined y as the additional time x minus k after k units. So y is equal to x minus k. So x minus k greater than equal to t intersection x greater than equal to k divided by probability of x greater than equal to k. So we have just replaced y by x minus k. Now because the now this is equal to, now see, x is greater than equal to k and x is greater than equal to t plus k. If we just take k on this side, this will become x greater than equal to t plus k. So x greater than equal to t plus k intersection x greater than equal to k. So if I am saying that x is greater than, suppose k is 2. So if I am saying x is greater than 2 and x is greater than 2 plus t, then the intersection of this will become x is greater than 2 plus t, because if it is greater than 2 plus t, then it will automatically become greater than 2. So this intersection is nothing but probability x is greater than k plus t. K is going this side, so this will become probability x is greater than equal to t plus k intersection x is greater than equal to k. So this will become, the intersection of these two events will become probability x is greater than equal to k plus t upon x is greater than equal to k. Now from here we have seen that probability x is greater than equal to r is q raised to r. So we are just substituting here, probability x is greater than k plus t will be q raised to t plus k, and probability x is greater than equal to k will become q raised to r. We are just replacing r by k here and r by k plus t here. So this will become q raised to t plus k and this will become q raised to k. Q raised to k, q raised to k will get cancelled and will be left with q raised to t here. Now let us see this is what we want. Okay, this is what is there in the definition of lack of memory or in the explanation of lack of memory. So probability that the additional time or y is equal to t given x is greater than equal to k. It will be nothing but probability y greater than equal to t given x greater than equal to k minus probability y greater than equal to t plus 1 given x greater than equal to k. So the given part is common everywhere, but here y greater than equal to t minus y greater than equal to t plus 1 is nothing but probability y equal to t. This is nothing but simple addition and subtraction of events, right? So if we want to find the value at point t, we will be subtracting the probability that y is greater than equal to that point minus probability y is greater than equal to that point plus 1, and we will be getting the probability of y equal to that point. So this is equal to, now this we have seen here, probability y greater than equal to t given x greater than equal to k is nothing but q raised to t. So we are substituting q raised to t here, minus probability y greater than equal to t plus 1 given x greater than equal to t. Just replace t by t plus 1 and we will be getting q raised to t plus 1. Take out q raised to t common, we will be left with 1 minus q, and this will be q raised to t and 1 minus q is p, and this is nothing but probability of x equal to t. So we have proved that probability y equal to t given x greater than equal to k, that is x is greater than this k, is equal to probability x equal to t. So the additional time distribution is this, the conditional distribution of additional time given x greater than equal to k is same as the initial time distribution. Let us just see this small example. So to find probability of x tails before the first heads in a series of independent coin tosses. So we are doing independent coin tosses, and right? And we want probability of x tails before the first heads. So this here heads is considered as success and tails is considered as failures. So x failures before first success, x tails before first heads. Now let us see that we are getting three tails before first head. So we are getting 3 tails before first heads. So probability x equal to 3 will be, probability first will be tails t1, the second toss will again result into tails, the third toss again will result into tails, and the first heads will occur at the fourth toss. So probability x equal to 3, that means there are x number of tails before the first head. So there are 3 number of tails before the first heads, and let p be the probability of getting heads and q be the probability of getting tails. So this will become q raised to 3 because 3 times tails is happening, failure is happening, into p the first success. Okay. Now let us see that at the first toss, suppose I have got tails. Now this is the additional information. So what I am saying is at the first toss I have got tails. So that means I surely know that my x, that is the number of tails required for first heads, will be greater than 1. Why? Because at the first toss only I am getting tails. That means I have at least got 1 tails. So the number of tails required for first heads will definitely be greater than 1. So probability x minus 1 equal to 3 given x greater than 1, it should be greater than equal to, and this should also be greater than equal to. So probability x minus 1 equal to 3 given x greater than equal to 1 will be, now we know that the first toss has related into tails, so this is given t1. Now the second toss onwards we want to find out, there are 3 tails before getting the first heads. So t2, t3, t4 and h1 given t1, right? So x greater than equal to 1, we know that. That means we know that the first toss has resulted into tails, and x minus 1 equal to 3 will be t2, t3, t4, 3 tails before the first heads. Now because the tosses are independent, we can say that this is nothing but equal to probability t2, t3, t4, h1. This t1 will go away. Why? Because the tosses are independent. And this is nothing but q raised to 3, because 3 times tails into 1 time heads, that is p, q raised to 3 into p, which is nothing but probability x equal to 3. This is nothing but probability x equal to 3. So what we have seen that probability x minus 1 equal to 3 given x greater than equal to 1 is equal to probability x equal to 3. This is greater than equal to 1. Okay. So probability x minus 1 equal to 3, that is the additional number of tosses required after the first toss has related into tails. The number of tosses required after the first toss, the additional number of tosses equal to 3 given the first toss is tails, is equal to the initial number of tosses, which is equal to 3, required to get the first heads. So it has basically forgotten the first toss. The additional toss, the distribution of the additional number of tosses, additional number of failures, the distribution of the additional number of failures is equal to nothing but the initial number of failures. So it has forgotten the first toss. This has no meaning. So it has forgotten the first toss, and this is called as the lack of memory property of the geometric distribution. Thank you.